Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, taking a step away from Call of Duty here before the launch of Season 4, because today we actually just got some absolutely major updates for a game that personally I'm very excited for, XDEFIANT. It's been called the Call of Duty killer since its inception pretty much, and especially with all the attention that it's got between its previous beta sessions, most recently its last one, which really brought a lot of eyes on the game. It seems like it's really going to be good for competition in the FPS genre in general. And like I said, today we got some very exciting news about the future of XDEFIANT and their plans going into launch. This was actually a part of the Ubisoft Forward stream that took place earlier on today. And while it wasn't, a super in-depth, super detailed, lengthy reveal for XDEFIANT, the information that we got is very, very solid. So Mark Rubin, the director there, was actually there to talk, and this is essentially what was revealed. For starters, they still plan to release XDEFIANT in full later on this summer. So we're really not all that far off from the launch of the game in full, which obviously in and of itself is very, very exciting. Now, before we get to the actual launch stage and the main content reveals that XDEFIANT put out today, they did actually announce something else very exciting. Later on this month, in just a couple of days time, they are going to hold one final sort of beta test period. And what's super exciting about this one is that they are opening this up to absolutely everyone. Now, this is going to be a bit of a shorter beta period. It's only going to be lasting from June 21st to the 23rd. However, it is going to include everyone on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5 who wants to participate. You don't need a code or anything for this. You'll be able to just download the game for free and try it out. Now, this is largely a prep for launch beta test, if you will, which is very exciting. You're still going to be able to obviously experience what exactly XDEFIANT has to offer throughout, which is cool in and of itself. You can get a feel for gameplay, the gunplay, the weapon customization, see if it's your jam, right? But also, they're really focusing on a few things in specific that Mark Rubin highlighted here, including the net code. So obviously they want to see how the performance of the servers and everything in game is looking and feeling, if hit reg feels good, if server stability feels good, everything there. So really glad that they're focusing on that outright. They're trying to attack that outright and see, okay, when we open this up to everyone, is the game actually going to feel playable and consistent? That's a huge one. They're also focusing more on controller tuning. This is something that was sort of on and off within the previous beta experiences, and they're sort of looking to see if they can tune this more to, make controller feel consistent, but not overpowered in a sense, balancing out aim assist, balancing out the various things you can do a little bit easier on a controller versus keyboard and mouse, and vice versa. So just trying to sort of fine tune and perfect that prior to launch. And then just in general, one of the main focuses here was stress testing. They are trying to stress test everything. That's why it's going to be this open beta period. That way they hopefully can have loads of players flood in and then see, okay, are our servers actually able to handle everything? Are we going to have netcode issues? Can we handle this surge in players for launch? So they're really trying to get out ahead of everything, the main concerns that they might have initially for launch, and see, on the beta scale here, how their game is going to react to that. So really excited to see what information stems from this final beta test period. Again, that's happening June 21st to the 23rd, open for everyone, free for everyone. If you're interested, you'll be able to go ahead and download and play that. Now, on top of that, they also revealed essentially their major content roadmap for launch and then year one as well, which is very exciting. And before we go ahead and dive into this, quick reminder, if you guys are new here and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, as we're on the road to 1 million subscribers. And if you guys enjoy the video, if you guys want to see more coverage for XDEFIANT here, let me know by dropping a like. It really does help grow the channel, and I would love to see some support and sort of gauge the interest on some obvious non-Call of Duty content here. But shifting focus into the roadmap and everything, the image that you guys are seeing here is what Ubisoft and XDEFIANT have revealed for what's going to be playable here right away. So 14 maps, all very diverse, between 10 arena-based maps and 4 progression-based maps. So you get a lot of variety in gameplay. Obviously, some of the maps we've already seen throughout the beta thus far are going to be in there. I love the vibrancy, I love the colors, and quite frankly, the maps do flow very, very well. There's also going to be 5 factions in total, all playable, 5 different modes available at launch between arena and progression, and then also 24 different weapons and 44 different attachments. So plenty of different choices for how you want to approach gameplay there, how you want to build out your arsenal in general between close range, long range, then even customizing those a bit further, which is very, very cool. Then they go ahead and talk a little bit about year one. This is a bit more, ambiguous here, a little bit more broad. They don't go into the exact specifics like they did on the initial roadmap, but they do have a promising year one outlook, just from the top down. Obviously, this is, like I said, pretty ambiguous, but there's going to be 4 new factions, each with their own abilities, very unique, according to Mark Rubin here. So all 4 of those are going to feel very different. And because obviously this is their year one roadmap, right, or year one overview, I would expect there to be, about a new faction every 3 months or so, about once a quarter, just breaking down the simple math there, right? That would make the most sense. They also have 12 new weapons dropping throughout the course of year one as well. And then Mark Rubin also pointed out 12 brand new maps coming too, and that's going to be 1 new map per month. So that means consistent content updates all throughout year one. It's not like it's one big dump right at one point and then 2 months of absolute silence with no updates, and then another big content dump and then silence with no updates. It's going to be consistent updates back to back to back to back to back. Every month we'll be getting a new map alongside, the new weapons and new factions on top of that. Then any other gameplay changes or any other bonus content additions that obviously are not mentioned here. Like I said, the overall briefing here for this XDefiant update was relatively short. It wasn't super lengthy, super in-depth like what we've seen with, other games like Starfield or anything, but some very cool, very promising information here that definitely shows the scale of what XDefiant is aiming to be. Like I said at the start, a lot of people are calling this the Call of Duty killer. I said it before, I'll say it again now. I don't think any other game is going to kill COD. I think Call of Duty's ultimate demise will be because of Call of Duty. But that said, any game that forces competition is good for Call of Duty. Because XDefiant has the promise here, because quite frankly, I enjoy the gameplay, the content offerings look promising here, this puts stress on other FPS creators, like, the Activision studios here with Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Raven on Call of Duty in general, even Battlefield, even Halo. Competition in the FPS genre is good because it gives us better games in the long run, right? It forces these other studios, other companies, other games in general to be better, to beat their competition. Now, Call of Duty obviously has that largest audience, the super large scale marketing, but if their gameplay starts to fall off and starts to dwindle compared to XDefiant, people might jump ship for a bit, and that then forces Call of Duty to say, okay, we got to take things a bit more seriously here. We got to be a little bit more innovative, a little bit more catering to the community and their wants and needs, or we will lose some, right? So good news all around in general. And like I said, some major reveals for XDefiant's launch and initial year one plans too. That being said, that's going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications to always stay up to date with all things going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.